How's it going? I'm Dr. Benjamin Hardy, author of Future Self, which here in the US is called Be Your Future Self Now. And in this video, I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to react to some of the responses from some of the Korean readers. Earlier today, I actually did a live Q&A with a bunch of people in Korea who have read the book. And I just want to say thank you so much. I love you. In this video, I'm actually going to share my screen and just go through 5 reviews, people who have read the book and shared some of their thoughts. And I honestly have not read these yet. And so I'm going to just read them and react to them and just share my surprise, my reaction. Again, I have not read them yet. And so I'm going to be reacting to these very much just openly and honestly for what I see. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so here's the first review, and I'm going to read 5 of these. So this is what it says in English. It says, "I can't believe he wrote this book at the age of 33. I can't tell you how many books I read and how passionate I was about this book. It was a book that was so good I didn't want to put it down." So I just want to say thank you so much. Yeah, I did write this when I was, I think, maybe 33. It might have actually been 34. So I just turned 36. But I myself have read way over 1,000 books. This was actually my 5th major book. And I just wanted to make it as useful as I can. And so I'm really glad it was useful for you. I did hear on the live with my publisher and with the other Korean people that someone has read the book 50 times. That blows my mind. And so I'm really glad that some people are finding use in it. There are certain books that I've read 50 times, and so I'm glad that some people enjoy this. All right, I'm going to keep going. This is the second one. "This book has made me love my son even more. My 3-year-old son wouldn't go to sleep. I got angry with him and tried to force him to go to sleep. In that moment, I remembered something from Future Self. I barely got him to sleep, and he cried himself to sleep. I'm reading the book again and feeling very special emotion." So there's a part in this book, Future Self, where I actually talk about how sometimes in life you're going through challenges. You know, I actually have 6 kids. Sometimes it can be challenging, especially, I have teenagers, right? And sometimes those teenagers do stuff that I don't love. But then I think about, how would my future self handle this situation? You know, if I thought about my future self 10 years from now, in 10 years, my teenage kids are going to be in their 20s. And so if my future self in 10 years from now could come back and handle this situation, how would they handle the situation? How would they look at my kids, right? And so that's what this reader's talking about. Is she's saying, you know, maybe it's easy to get angry at that 3-year-old kid because they're not going to sleep. But if you look at it from your future self's perspective, your future self in 10 or 20 years from now, this little 3-year-old boy in 20 years is going to be a 23-year-old man. And in 20 years, you're going to be older. And wouldn't your future self just love to be able to put down the crying 3-year-old and just love them? And so this is just one of those beautiful ideas that when you look at life through the view of your future self, you stop getting so upset about the little things and you start to appreciate them. And you start to realize how it really does allow you to really enjoy and value the present and to look past some of the stuff that doesn't matter. So I'm really grateful for that. And I love that. And I love that 3-year-old boy. All right, I'm going to keep going. This is number 3. "I seem to have a second life now. I wish I had met my future self when I was younger. I'm going to start over. I may not be able to see the changes right away, but imagining myself in the future makes me so excited and happy in the present." I love this. This is really a big idea. A lot of the times we make the past and the future into something that we think is real or concrete. The truth is, one of the beautiful parts about being a person, we're always in the present. I'm in the present. You're listening to this in the present. But our past is a tool that allows us to use the present more effectively. If I've gone through some challenging experiences, I can use that as a tool for not for avoiding those experiences in the present, right? And so the past is a tool and the future is a tool. And when you really think about your future self and you really get connected to a future self that excites you, that future can help you not only be happy in the present, but live powerfully and purposefully and make beautiful decisions in the present. So I just love that, and that's beautiful. All right, I'm going to keep going. We got 2 more. So this is one more. It says, "I read Future Self and saw hope. I used to overspend and oversleep. This process eventually backfired. I lived that way because I had no hope for the future. So let's set a baseline, set a goal, and take action." This is one of the things that I absolutely love and I think is beautiful. As people, we actually really need hope in the future. If you don't have something that you have a purpose for or a future that gives you hope, then the present is terrible. In the present, you can't live powerfully unless you've got hope and purpose and joy in the future. Even if you've got hope and purpose in the future, you can still enjoy the present. You can still enjoy just relaxing, but it's really having that hope in the future that allows you in the present to have meaning, to have joy. And so as people, we really need hope. And also one of the things that's really important is if you don't have hope in the future, if you don't have hope, then in the present, you will have no motivation. You won't do anything. You'll just be sad. You'll be disappointed. You'll sit on the couch and you won't do anything. But if you have hope in the future, you'll take some big action. You'll be bold. You'll be courageous in the present. You'll be willing to try stuff that might not work. So I just love this. And as people, we need a future. That's part of having a positive mental psychology, is having a future, having hope. And those things allow you to look past the challenges in the present. All right, this is the last one I'm going to read, and then I'll just go ahead and share a few last parting thoughts. It's a book that gets people moving. I was the kind of person who would think about what I really wanted, make plans, but never follow through. Reading this book has finally inspired me to take action. If you want to make a difference, this is a must-read. So I absolutely love this. The reason I believe that this book can help you take action is because it helps you to think about the person you want to be in the future, and then it invites you to be that person now. It invites you to really connect with the identity of your future self. And then from identity, you take the actions that your future self would take. As you get more and more mentally and emotionally connected to your future self, then it will be a lot easier to let go of the things that are holding you back. Your past self. You're not your past self, even though your past self is beautiful. You're not the same person you were in the past. And your future self is a different person than who you are today. And as you get more clear, connected, emotionally, and committed to your future self, then you will be willing to take powerful actions in the present that are different from what you would have done. And so I just want to tell you that I absolutely know that having a clear future self will change your life. Getting clear and connected to your future self will help you to make better decisions in the present. I love the quote, "The bigger the vision, the better the decisions." Also, another quote is, "Without purpose, people perish." If you don't have a purpose for your future, then you perish in the present. You just don't have guidance, direction. You don't know where you're going. And so as a result, you just get caught up in all the confusion. Life is very confusing unless you've got a clear and committed goal. And you let that be your North Star. You let your future self shape who you are in the present. I love you. Thank you for reading. It was fun to react to some of these, and I'm just glad that the book is making a difference in Korea. Have an amazing day.